Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cairo and welcome back to Not For Broadcast. Now, last time, I believe we were in a fucking fever dream or something. It was very odd. Apparently I dreamed my coworker was like sexy devil or something. Got called a perv. Got aired out on the broadcast and yada yada yada. Stuff was weird last episode. I want you to watch that one. That was a trip. Anyways, now we're actually doing normal stuff, I'm assuming. So enough talking. Rude awakening. That was quick. Oh, okay, it's a reading one. The rhythmic beeping on the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side. A reassuringly familiar sight in these new surroundings. You feel a hand on yours, gently but reassuring. Sam there with you always. Sam there with you as always. Sorry, I read a bit of ahead. Their expressions, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay. Never doubted it for a second. And if I ever see that Bozeman... You squeak their hand back and attempt a wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead faded a bit. Lord knows you've both got enough to be anxious about, without your health being thrown into the mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie's fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up, his concern clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? He finally asks quickly, looking away. Of course, buddy. There's nothing to be worried about. Charlie looks at you and grins. One of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all of your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mom? Your mom starts. Your mother starts. Your call clearly shocking her out of her recovery. Or reverie. I'm misreading a lot. She turns to you and smiles. And you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. Yes, dear. Of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod. But before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everyone out. She asks you, for what feels like the 100th time, how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things considered. I'm a little confused, right? Also, I'm still in crippling debt, by the way. So wait, is my mom in the hospital bed, or am I? That's kind of what it seemed like. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage. Okay, it's her. Or it's me. I'm not. I'm the one in the bed. Just a bit shocked to the old system. Pardon the pun. She smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again. Of course, after a couple of days rest at home, you should feel right as rain. Turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room care. The doctor gestures to your room which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by Mr. Bozeman. He left those flowers and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Ah, nice of Bozeman. That's more than 10 days. That's more than a lot. Okay, you come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which is normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers are strewed in front of them, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. Ooh, you fat fuck. They give you a quick kiss and you take a seat next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart. Just looking at the numbers again. They look to the door, to the pantry now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best. But I think Cassandra... Never seen that name, actually. Like, spelled out. But it's exactly how I thought it would probably be spelled, honestly. Really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly, the bills are all you can see. Oh, like a dreamway? Is that what's happening? I've been staring at the numbers all night. Tears in their eyes. Sam takes your hand. There's just no way we can afford it. I'm sorry. The kitchen table swims before you. Sam stands up and pulls you into a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother and how you can't afford to help her. What would your dad be thinking now? Is this the utopia advance promised? You stare at the table to your mom's makeshift room. Tomorrow, you'll need to tell the kids, and then book an appointment at the transition central, or whatever. What else could you have done? This is depression era now. It's like a depressed era for him. 201, a letter home. Sam's out with work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely some things to watch. Okay, so we have comedy, horror, action thriller, and historical dramas. Wait, what the fuck is that? Is that actually a thing? Wait, hold on. Historical dramas. What is that? Oh, it's like these. Oh, so okay. You just needed to tell me. So it's like a Peaky Blinders. It's kind of like a Queen's Gambit. Okay, that makes sense. But knowing me, I'm watching a horror. In real life, I actually probably would watch a horror. The atmosphere and story are better than you were expecting. Make you jump! More than once. After a particularly shocking emergence of the lolling lumberjack. I imagine cakey when I'm thinking about that. Like, I imagine like a lollipop lumberjack ready to go like... Sorry, I hit the mic. Oh! I'm gonna hit you with my lolly axe! Oh! And then blood goes everywhere. But that ain't candy. You accidentally kick the coffee table, revealing a small object hiding behind one of the legs. As you bend down and reach for it, you recalled the note Sam left on the fridge. Hey, sweetie. Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? X. aka kiss. As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Irkistan, yeah, I think I said that right, has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Though you'd like it, don't do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up. Or about to pick up. It's nice that she thought of him. It is. Oh my god. This is not next Monday. This is... Bozeman is not expecting me. Now he's expecting me. Speak of the fucking devil. I don't even know what's happening here. It looks like a fucking distress call happening. Whatever it is, it's gonna be fucked. I know it. The silent. Oh shit. Okay.
Sorry, I haven't had any food today.
Oh, you're fired.
What?
Okay, I don't have to worry about my boy. Get well soon. Ah.
Jenny.
Nice to put that in my office. 4, 3.
Don't tempt me. Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to
Okay, we have 3 images now.
the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions.
We're gonna choose the happy boy.
Food, clothing.
I'm not a bad guy. No, no, no.
We asked the public.
I like this one camera
How do you
view.
feel about the sanctions?
I actually think that with advance in charge we'll be fine. Of course, the rest of the world will want us to fail, or it will be their billionaires next. But I trust Julia and Peter.
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating.
Okay.
Thanks, Patrick.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly broad
We gotta
statement
propaganda
in response to the
people.
World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a
Oh, shit.
democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognize...
Oh my god, I can use the scroll wheel.
And we encourage other
I've been able to use the scroll wheel. I've been touching the cursor. I feel disgusted now.
Into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive. This country is entirely self-sufficient. We are a team.
We are.
More than ever. And this team is on your
Is it weird that I don't actually hate advanced too much?
Defiant stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
Hi there. I was wondering if you could spend a moment to give us your thoughts on the government.
Honestly, I think they're doing a great job. I know the assets and world checks have made the difference for us with the cost of the little one. And people seem, happier in the main. I always said things would get better with a woman in charge.
Over to you, fellas. Global mega corporation Remington's Fist today announced that trials have successfully completed on their ground.
So I should have probably have.
The drug has been passed by the government for general release, but the small print warns that, in rare cases, side effects can include blurred vision, enlarged genitalia, and increased risk of stroke. No double
Large
contact intended.
genitalia.
But what do you
What happened to my...
think of Sophia Remington's latest venture? Patrick?
So what are your feelings on the new contraceptive pill?
I think it's a great idea. A big step forward for equality. Sophia Remington is the best thing that has ever happened to that company.
The delicate sound of thunder. A frightening start for commuters this morning, who were confronted by a somewhat sinister sight as they left their trains.
Many travellers reported feeling intimidated by the silent figures who stood motionless outside every major station in the capital. Radical extremist group Disrupt, who organised the show of strength, refused to comment on the meaning of the strange protest.
Ought to apologise to this presenter for making him drop his morning bagel in surprise.
But how do we feel about these somewhat radical extremists and their upsetting...
I'm actually gonna go with the 3.
Can I ask your opinions on Disrupt?
Are those the guys in black with the orange fist thing?
That's right.
Can I be honest?
Of course. This is journalism.
They scare me a bit.
Bubbling up, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr. Ingrid Svorsborg-Hawkensford today sent a blueprint of the escape craft.
That is a name, by the way.
Dante's taint.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Bannon again.
I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah, don't worry, they're going to cut all this, aren't they? It's disgusting. Right. Oh, Jesus, wet.
God!
Christ,
Holy shit! God!
Okay.
Look at those TikToks I see where like they're just double fisting cigarettes with like a cold brew.
I am not a number. Applications finally open today for the new Advanced Team Membership Cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, rightfully, pubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
I might say 2.
But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing? They don't want us to know who their names are. Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well.
Oh, how adorable.
Yeah.
That's cute.
You're a proper little team member, aren't you? Yes. He smiled. He smiled.
And finally tonight, back of the net, popular sports personality Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamore were spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I must do 4.
Who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Don't really care, love.
Wise words there.
Switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper J-Zuss. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Fuck off. Yeah, that's okay. We did very good there. You know, said bad things to the things that need to be bad. Said good things about the things that need to be good. You can call me a suck-up all you want. I don't really care too much. I don't mind it. Oh, I thought it was over.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
The World Council today agreed that punitive and potentially illegal sanctions should be imposed upon this country. The sanctions, which come into effect immediately, aim to stop the flow of food, fuel, and even some medicines from reaching your pockets.
Tonight, we have guests from across the continent to discuss this
Whoa.
unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lamfordshire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan
Eco.
Wilson, are like strongest guard or labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who think he have big career in movies land. When actually, he in dirty sanitary.
Okay, we gotta remember Peter, Ivan, and this person.
He's clearly not from Svenland, then. We have like some of the cleanest mental health facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like
Björk.
socially divisive surnames here, yeah.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole, like, vote thing, yeah? But it's actually the Festival of Furelands here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So, like, we all had to work our grandparents' linear whilst the vote was happening, and that's, like, a really, really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah,
Oh,
because...
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
Yeah, he always win.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
Peter, you're like man with tiny penis who think he have tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Oh, could it be? Oh, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall.
Actually, in Svenland, we have, like, serious animal welfare legislation.
Is he like a basic white girl?
She got arrested, yeah, for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her heel thing. I mean, in English, jam sandwich.
I used to know a girl called Jam Sandwich. She was a right cracker, too. I wonder what became of her.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call. Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Crash, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, eh?
Peter, you're like man trying to empty ashes of mistresses into oncoming vent. Soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Svenland, we don't...
Oh, I called that one.
...the monogamy stuff here. We're kind of flawed, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Björk?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluids back in the 1970s, and that's like really hard to sanction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Votovich.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant Newton hairy bear. But really, he just standing in field
holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way, and we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shite pie without blocking a few toilets.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Reassuring words there.
Okay.
We'll be back
after these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey,
all right, that was really good. That went really good.
Yeah, sure, front or back.
Okay, we don't watch these. Soon enough, whatever's gonna happen, whatever's gonna happen.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Can someone warn him it's going a little too well?
Oh, A+! Oh!
This is important.
Yeah.
New government censorship.
New censorship.
Show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Okay, blue wave. Blue wave. Okay, it looks like we're doing like a ballerina show or something.
Yo, thanks for having me in
With
the show.
a rapper.
It's quite alright.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not gonna ask me about the chimp.
10 seconds.
So he put that get up on himself.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going right to camera 1.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth.
What?
Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome J-Zuss.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand you.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man.
Wow.
You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the...
I don't think he knows shit.
And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah, I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of a...
Or maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh, no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's J-Zuss.
First, you're gonna pay up.
Oh no.
You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams.
Okay, I need to increase this.
So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit J-Zuss. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I'd like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. They make us the same, but we're not all the same. We're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. They're the way, cause we're only the press people when we're motherfucking.
Oh god.
When we're motherfucking. Motherfucking head, cause he's thick as shit. He's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a couple with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snubs ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks who feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding out their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the brave serve the crest of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stall a puzzle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling betters, and burn them on the parents of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stall a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances little chances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry or wrong. Then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
J-Zuss there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
That was awful.
I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
I don't know if I did.
Fixing that old VCR. Just like a new tape. Last ad break.
This is just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave.
me. My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know. Okay, so. Damn! E! Fucking hell, I did awful. For obvious reasons, though. That was insane. So much swearing. Okay, we're now doing a thing with the people we just dreamed about. That's interesting. Pretty interesting.
5, 4, 3.
2, 1.
Well,
Welcome back. And no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Raven, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
All right.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris, Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
You promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Wow. Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show?
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
Yes. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yeah. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
All right.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, would have been a travesty.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
What is that? What is that CGI?
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ad.
That,
Let's get reset.
what was that?
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
I did save the ad though. But I did terribly. At least for like an average, I did not as well. Yeah, deserved. But sequencing on for D on here is that's a little unnecessary. Rude words were broadcasted, of course. An interference-free show. An exceedingly poor edit. Advance angered by content. How are they angered? By what? Well, they still love me. What are these guys? What's that, by the way? I want to know what that is. I know this is the general public. This is corporate. What is that? I don't know. All right, we got a couple of rushes. The silent pre-roll. All right.
Ow! God, I'm sorry.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I haven't had any food today.
Oh, you're fired.
What?
You're fired.
What for? Facial sabotage?
Jenny,
Problem?
I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
You realise you're beginning to sound like me?
I mean it, Kath.
Stay where you are, Kath.
Jenny? This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be all right. I'll talk to Bozeman.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week. Jenny?
I'm sorry, Kath. You're going to have to leave.
You're letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
I
everybody.
thought we were part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Going in
high-mighty
5,
and do your job.
4.
Well, I know I ended it early, but still. That's sad, actually. That was really sad.
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a...
Skip.
That's the titles.
There's someone there for you.
She's not your enemy.
Is it you then?
No, it's Bannon. He's been sending coded messages to Bozeman up every show.
Of course, it's the only credible solution.
You must be very disappointed.
Yes, until now I thought him as a son I'd never had.
I prefer you like this.
Going in 10 seconds.
What did I miss?
Forgot to mute it.
5,
Particularly squeeze
4, 3.
Well, that was weird. J-Zuss. That's weird. That's a weird. So that's the rapper, right?
Are you still meant to bow to foreign royalty?
What?
No.
Just like curtsy.
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Megan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Oh,
Damn. Got lifted.
it's not all right.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
See, put that get up.
What is she doing up here? Like,
Going in 5, 4, 3.
all right. That wasn't anything special, really. Finally, Tommy on tour.
No, here we go.
Oh, shut up. Stop it.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
Megan, Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Vividly.
Double audio.
Mr. Harris, and this is Ms. Raiden.
What?
Philippa, please.
We're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
Well, that I just assumed.
5.
I don't ever pay attention to these.
3.
Alright, that was interesting. Any interesting things here? No. Well, this was a pretty short video for some reason. I don't know. Why is this such a short video? Think I just play another one? What's the arm? 2 videos. A ladder worth climbing. Alright. So it's a reading for sure. We're playing some sim music. Oh, this is lovely. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon in summer, with you and Sam making the most of both kids being out of the house. You head into the pantry, taking a moment to remember when it used to be your mother's room, before coming out with the last 2 slices of homemade cake. It's rare for you and Sam to actually get to finish sweet things in this house, and you savor every mouthful. Just as you take your last bite, you hear the sound of the front door slamming. That'll be Charlie back from the Go-Getters. You can hear him practically running to come find you, and he's grinning from ear to ear when he finally does. I hope I have some really big news. God, do I know something about news. You and Sam play along, sitting attentively with bated breath. Ready? Charlie asked as you both nod enthusiastically. With a flourish, he reveals a new badge from his pocket and proudly presents it to you both to examine as he announced, "As of today, I am a member of the first tier of cohesion candidates. There's way more stuff I'm gonna be doing, and I'll be working some weekends, but it's really cool. I'm actually happy." So I'm gonna go with the second option. I'm happy for him. It's what he wanted, so you know. Where the fuck? That is really bright. Anyways, shopping. Something that always seems so tedious before the sanctions has become even more of a chore now. You managed to get almost everything you need for the family this evening, but you'll have to come back tomorrow to get through the week. There's a queue to leave the car park, though it's hard to make out why in the dark. Hopefully, whatever causing it won't be longer. As the final car in front of you drives off, you realize the queue is actually due to a checkpoint set up at the exit. A friendly-looking man in an advanced uniform, CCO, emblazoned in a number of places on it, approaches your car and knocks on the driver's side window. Guys, if you remember from a previous episode, we gave our passport away. And then I think in the next episode, they said they would check for passports. Fine, I'll roll down. Good evening. Nothing to worry about. I was just wondering if I could see your team membership card, please. Didn't Sam sign you both up for your a few weeks back? You rummage in the glove box and eventually produce your card. Yep, that's all great, thanks. Don't forget to keep an eye out. for the new team lottery starting up soon. Loads of great benefits to win. Have a nice day now. The man is all smiles as he pats the bonnet on your car and waves you off. Free card, just for having a card. Great. Don't you love my government? Don't you love the government I made for myself? It's a Saturday, one of your few days off. And you've made the most of it. But as late afternoon draws on, the invitation sits pinned to the fridge, staring accusingly at you. The Channel 1 Gal is a mandatory work event. Bozeman was very quick to tell you. Also, don't you dare be late. It's definitely not wise. Definitely not. Alright, I feel like I'm a sneeze. We're good. Best start getting ready. You wonder if Sam will give you a lift. A drink or two might help with the enforced office socializing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. After all, you're pretty good at your job. Right. Am I? Guys, am I good at my job? Anyways. Now we go in the... Not me here with my crippling debt, by the way. You arrive on time, barely at the Salvation. Whatever, I don't care. One of the oldest and grandest hotel in the capital. Whoa! You're surprised to see a queue to get in, and quickly realize it's because people are being searched at the door by some very military-looking personnel in smart attire, whatever that means. While you're waiting, you couldn't help but notice just how very opulent the building is. Possibly the fanciest place you've been to in your life. You submit to being potted down and with a sigh of relief are led into the hotel. Once inside, you're directed to the grand ballroom, and following the signs, you marvel at the sheer scale of the place and the amount of armed security just ready to shoot at you any goddamn second. When you finally arrive, a very severe looking severe looking woman at the door asks for your name. I'm Alex Winston. Hey, we got our full name, by the way. Even though I could have guessed. I could have guessed. I don't give a shit, though. She currently checked her list before whispering something to the waiter beside her. You've made it just in time to be seated before dinner. Please follow manual. There, here to your table. I thought there was a comma. Why did I think there was a comma? The waiter smiles at you and opens one of the great double doors, gesturing for you to enter. Immediately, you can see why it's called the Grand Ballroom. Well, we're seeing it right now. It's a bit bougie. You pause for a second to take it all in. You feel a slight tap on your arm and Emmanuel gestures for you to follow him. He seats you at a table in the center floor area with a decent view of the stage. Clearly, you're in Bozeman's good books at the moment. You're sat with some colleagues you've seen around the Channel 1 office before, but don't know that well. One of them informs you, far too excitedly, it's a very corporate evening of awards and speeches. Could we get an award? Anyway, at least the food should be good. Dinner is indeed lovely, and with the help of the no doubt very expensive wine, conversation flows easily enough. In fact, much to your surprise, you're actually presented with an award for Best Newcomer to the Channel 1 family. Oh my god. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm still in crippling debt. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this one. Well, this was unexpected. As you walk up to collect it, you recognize the presenter as Dr. Ahmed Atkinson. Atkinson? I said it so quickly. Blimey of Insistors fame. He thanks fans for sponsoring this year's gala, before especially thanking Prime Ministers Julia Sandbury and Peter Clement for being in attendance tonight. I got on a stage in front of the Prime Minister. That's actually incredible. As you take to the stage, you see the frontmost center table does indeed seat the Prime Ministers, as well as Bozeman, Meghan, and some other very well-to-do types that you don't recognize. Don't tell me you forgot who the fuck Jamie goddamn Donaldson is. He's like the main fucking show, isn't he? Like, come on. Come on. That explains all the security. As you're handed the award, Dr. Atkan Blamey asks if you like to say a few words. This one's tough. Sig make a joke about Dave. Most of the room breaks out into polite laughter, but you see that neither of the Prime Ministers cracks so much as smile. And nor does Bozeman. He's too busy, frantically flipping between examining Peter and Julia for a reaction and glaring daggers at you. Eventually, they join in the light applause as Adrian ushers you back to your seat. That may have not been a smart move. Damn it, I made myself a fool. Just as you finish up dinner, one of the other people at your table points behind you. As you turn, you see Bozeman walking briskly past with Julia Sandbury and Peter Clements in tow. You're pretty sure he was pointedly ignoring you. He seems to be introducing the Prime Ministers to a selection of people at different tables. Better than you. You finish off the rest of the meal, listening to the last few speeches, and then head home. All in all, it was a surprisingly nice night, or evening. You might actually look forward to the next one. Provided Bozeman invites you to that one, of course. We're dead. We're fucking dead, by the way. Now I'm not gonna actually do this, because this is enough time now. I know, I'm so great at my job. But hey, today was a good video. Nonetheless, we got very good information. We learned a lot. We did horrible on our broadcast, but who gives a shit? I know you will enjoy the video, so that's where I'm getting the video though. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.